Hello, my name is Peña and I write books for young people. Welcome to my writing studio. Just kidding, I'm in a hotel room in South Carolina. I wish I could be in my writing studio right now, but I'm on the road visiting schools. But I'm so excited to read for the very first time my brand new book called Home. And I'm so thankful I get to do this for Barnes & Noble Storytime. Home is illustrated by one of my favorite illustrators in the world, Loren. This guy is an incredible artist, one of my favorite people in books, and you won't believe how great these pictures are. So, without further ado, I'm going to read this book to you for the very first time. If I mess up, just remember it's my first time. Cut me a little slack, okay? All right, Home. In this book, you will see that there's not one main character. It's multiple characters, and they're exploring the idea of what home is. So, home is a tired lullaby and a late night traffic that mumbles in through a crack in your curtains. Do you all see that book this family is reading? Do you recognize it? I do. Home is the faint trumpet of a distant barge as your grandfather casts his line from the edge of his houseboat. Home is the big-bellied airplanes always soaring overhead. The jet engine shrieks as you stack blocks or push plastic cars. And the rumble you feel through the floorboards is the promise of home. Do you see that plane outside the window? She lives in a flight path, so planes are always going overhead. And soon your heart sinks up with the hurry of the world, with the endless march of a Santa Fe freight train and an early morning jackhammer that buckles your city sidewalks. And do you see how hard everyone's working and how busy they all are? Some people are on their phones. This is what we're taught. We have to hurry. We have to get things done. By the end of summer, you can no longer sleep without the 18-wheel groan of your father's big rig. You see, this little boy set up a bed in the back of his dad's big rig. As he's just driving across country, he gets to sleep. On the way to school each morning, you peer into the busy construction site where workers steer tractors and pound steel stakes. You wonder what life would be like in a shiny new high-rise with elevators and a pool and a doorman who is always there to welcome you home. So here we have a young person dreaming of what it would be like to live in a fancy building. But a day may come when you learn how a home can be lost. Hurricane rains flood your streets, or a thick black smoke blankets the sky, or Papa's garment factory closes down. We should pay special attention to this illustration because we're going to see this family again later on in the book. And you see how this house has been damaged by a hurricane and a tree has been ripped in half. Through the back window of an old truck, you watch the only home you've ever known grow smaller and smaller behind you. And this young person is looking at her home and thinking, wow, this is the only place I've lived and we have to leave this home. And the parents are thinking their own thoughts. A day may come when it's hard to find your footing, when each gust of wind threatens to sweep you up and carry you away. But slowly, very slowly, you will find a harbor in love. In the calloused hand of a quiet father, or the silly little love notes packed inside your lunchbox. In the family secrets your grandma always tells while rolling her tortillas. Home is not a house you leave behind, but the people who walk beside you. It's the endless laughter of a backyard barbecue and a teacher who holds open the classroom door and welcomes you inside. And if you look at the big picture here, all of these examples of what home are that have nothing to do with a house, they actually are forming a structure much like a house. It's the solemn bow of heads at church and the squeal of rusty store gates as the city slowly wakes. One evening, your mom veers off the paved road for a trail that cuts through the woods. Together you climb the gnarled branches of an old oak tree to breathe the cold air and watch the colorful sky. Now most days you come to the seashore. While your brother collects shells, you sink your feet deep into the sand and read your books and think your quiet thoughts. And slowly, very slowly, you shed the hurry like old skin and turn instead to wonder. Home is not the walls we build up around our orderly little lives, but the wild, wild world outside. It's the hawks steadily circling overhead, measuring the sky with its wings. And it's the roar of the tide retreating over rocks. It's the floppy flight of a monarch butterfly and the sweet smell of sunlight shining down on a field of jasmine. It's a wish made on the first star you see while you tow back and forth on a tire swing. Home is not the voice inside your head insisting, I want, I want, I want, but the slow gather of an ocean swell and the quiet weeping of the busker's violin. It's the thump, thump, thump of your own human heart as you stand in a forest of redwoods or wade into a glass-covered lake. It's the thump, thump, thump of the earth's sentimental song, inviting you into the harmony of things. Do you see her eyes? Promising that all life is one life. And when the winds do come, they will carry you home. And do you recognize that house from earlier? They've rebuilt it. They're showing great resilience. They're working with the world, the earth, to rebuild their home. But they kept that tree that was ripped in half. They kept it as is. It's kind of a symbol of their resilience. Thank you so much for allowing me to read home to you. This book comes out in March, and I'm so proud that I got to read it for the very first time through Barnes & Noble Storytime. If you like this book, please look it up online at barnesandnoble.com and get yourself a copy. Thank you so much. Happy reading. Bye.